Hello YouTubers.
Good day.
Here we are again.
That's right.
Another video. Folks, when we're doing our in-shop videos, the tool that gets the most questions asked about,
Not you.
it's not the milling machine, it's not the lathe, it's not the sandblaster, it's the Edwards Jaws 60 Ironworker.
That's right.
Man, oh man, everybody says, what's that thing called? What does it do? Where did you get it? It's just a fantastic tool, isn't it? This here is probably one of the most essential tools or pieces of equipment that we ever put in the shop.
Oh yeah.
That and the lathe and the sandblaster.
Yeah.
Hey?
Used every day.
Every day. This thing here, the only thing that we don't do with this thing here, we don't have our meals on it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm telling you, like, it's such a fantastic piece of equipment. So this is what this video is going to be about.
That's right. It's a viewer request.
It's a viewer request. Had a lot of people ask about it. So I'm going to tell you the things that that we've done with it. Plus, folks, you guys know, if we own it, we have to mod it. It's a perfectly good machine the way it was, but there were certain things that we had to do with it. So let's get over to it, have a look, and we'll show you exactly what we've done. Basically, the Ironworker is a punching, a cutting, a pressing tool. And it's a must if you're doing, a lot of fabrication. I know shops that have them, and when they turn them on, they're running all day long. This particular model is a 60-ton Ironworker. It has one hydraulic cylinder here, okay, and it's got a bar that goes across and it pivots, and as it works, I'll just show you now. You can watch this bar here now. See, as it works, it's pushing up and down on this system here. So in other words, it's basically like a 3-station Ironworker, but it's intended for one operator. But you can get them with 2 different operators. This one here is made for our garage. It's compact in the sense that you can take it and move it. It has legs on it where you can put your forklift forks in, and you can carry it out by the door. I'll get into more of that later on. This here is your punching platform. You can get special punches for it. This particular one has a 1-inch punch in it there now. It can punch, oh my gosh, let me see. It can punch a 1-inch hole in a 3/4 plate. Now why I came over to read that here is because when we bought it, the decals were put on backwards. But technically it wasn't, because everything that you see on this station here can be moved over here and vice versa. It was just the way it was put together. This came with the punching system on this end. It came with the notcher on this end. So you can punch here. You can punch square holes. You can punch round holes. You can punch elongated holes. It depends on the punches that you have. We have a pretty good variety of punches. These are the oddball ones here. And on the other side, there's, let's see, there's punches here, and they're mostly round ones. So when you buy these things, it comes with, I think, round punches, a certain amount of round punches. The other ones is plus, plus, plus.
Yeah.
Right?
A lot of plus, plus.
Well, it can get expensive. It's not
consumable, and not consumable. It's like SDR. Did you wear down?
Well, I've never had any wear out. If you're careful.
But any tool you need what the word I'm looking for. You need add-ons to.
Well, yeah, exactly. You know, like you buy a milling machine. The milling machine costs X amount of dollars. Well, you can spend as much money on the tooling for the milling machine as you paid for the milling machine.
Right. Same thing with a lathe. Anything.
Anything. So you know, it depends on what you're going to do. If you're just punching around holes, what you get with is plenty.
Yeah.
This one particular one you can buy. You have a choice when you're buying them. You can buy them in single phase or 3-phase. This is a single phase 220 volt system. It has a number of features on it that I like. You can cut angle iron here. That's what this is for
yes,
cutting
I like
angle
that.
iron. Now when you're cutting angle iron, if you want to cut, say for instance 2.5 feet, well then you can set up, you can go along here, you can set this up in such a way that the angle iron will come out and touch this plate here.
That's right.
And you'll have the exact amount, the exact length every time.
That's right.
So you can really cut it fast, right?
Yes, when you get set up and going.
Yes. Also over here, you have a 14-inch shear down here. So you can cut up to 14 inches wide. And, well, you can cut up to 3/8 thick at 12 inches.
That's right. And the shear's in behind. You can see
All
it
I can
down.
tell you, folks, if it fits under here, it cuts. I've proven it. It'll cut up to rounds at 7/8 of an inch, and you can see where it's notched out here to put your round in, your round stock in. So it's very handy. Over here is your notcher. This is used quite a lot, and man, I'm going to tell you, that can really cut. It's unbelievable. Hey, what an outfit. And of course, this is the guard. It should be used with the guard down at all times. You put your guard down, you put your stuff in, you can tighten this down on each side, and that way the guard don't flick back. It's also got a system on, electronic system on it, so that when you're cutting a lot of pieces or a lot of plate, no matter what you're doing, even punching holes, it's not necessary to have that thing going the full travel all the time. So say for instance, I want to cut 1/8 plate and I want to cut a lot of holes in it. Well, you're going to punch the 1/8 plate, but you're not going to need that to travel all the way back up again before you punch it again. So what you do is you come over and you set this up. So see, it's going all the way down? Well, I can set this up now. And if you look down there, you'll see that plate is only coming up so far. And then I can move it again. Move it again. So you can adjust this. You can adjust the punches, the notcher, the blades here, so they don't go back to all their travel. So if you're cutting 1-inch flat bar or 1/8 flat bar, you can clunk, 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 clunk.
Yeah, that's good because I mean, if it got to go all the way out
And all travel all the way back. Look at the lost production. Look at the wastage of power. Look at the extra wear on the machine.
Yeah, all the way up before you can go back down.
Exactly, right? So under here will be your hydraulics and your motor. I won't take that off because there's a bit of fooling around. But your hydraulic pump and your motor isn't under it. Your waste comes down here and just drops on the floor. Somebody asked me a while back, well, you know, why didn't you have something put there to catch it? Well, I kind of like listening to the clunking and the smacking and the bang.
Right.
But it don't much matter because it goes from here to there, and then eventually this area gets cleaned up and we start from scratch again.
That's right.
Now, this is not, they've made a lot of changes since we've bought this. I don't know how old this is. This is manufactured 2010.
I was going to say 7 years old. It would be a guess, but it would
It's
be
6.
about right.
It'll be, excuse me, for about, it'll be, well, 7 years old, I guess, in August coming.
Yeah.
It's been, I'm going to tell you something, this has been fabulous. Like, we have done such nice work because of this. It's gotten us a lot of work.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
it's like we've produced items with this that are as good or better than factory.
Oh,
We've
sure.
replicated items that people have brought in with pictures, give us the dimensions, say, can you make it? And we've built it by using this, and they turned around then and they came in, they looked at it and said, oh, I didn't know you could buy them. You bought it, did you?
Yeah,
I said, no,
that's
no,
right.
it's made with this. And we had to actually show them pictures during the process
Exactly.
of how we did it for them to believe it. It's a unique system. You can buy different add-ons for it. Like you can take this particular punch system out here and you can add a brake press to it. And this is the brake press. Now this don't get used much because just after we bought this thing, I ended up making my brake presses because I wanted a wider one. So, you know, you got quarter, 1/8, 1/16, and 3/16. And that can all go in place out where the puncher is to. So it takes a little while to set it up, but it's, you know, for anybody who wants to make, you know, short bends and sharp bends, that's the way to go. We have our own presses here that we tend to use more because there's no setup to it.
Yeah,
And these are ones we just made, which incidentally, somebody asked me the other day how this was set up. These are handmade, and this is made by Enerpac. It's electric over hydraulic, and it works quite well. Getting back to this, this is not, as you see this equipped, is not how we got it. One of the problems that I had with this, not a problem, but one of the uncomfortable things that I had with this, it was very, very low to the ground. So when I was working with this, I was bent over a lot with it. So a friend of ours gave us this plastic pallet, and it just turned out to be the perfect size.
Yeah, perfect size to fit it.
Yeah, so we bolted it down. Of course, you can't go wrong with a pallet because you can still lift it with a forklift instead of having to lift it there.
It was off the floor and out of water.
Yep, got it off the floor, worked out really good. The other thing that I did with it is, when you buy these things, it comes with a punching station like this. Okay? So when I ordered it with this. So now you can,
There's the original, that's small.
that came with it, but this was an option, right?
Larger table.
Yeah, ordered the larger table. That way when you're setting up, you know, your angle meter, or you're setting up your fences like this, it's nice. You know, you got more room to work with.
Yeah, sure.
The other thing that we ended up doing with it, we added lighting to it. Like we never had, it had no lights on it whatsoever. It never had any of these.
No.
It never had any of the LED lights in here. So we added that to it, which made it a lot more comfortable to use. Not blaming the company, just saying for us it was better to have the lighting. The other thing that we did is we designed these things. These are what I refer to as waste catchers. And these are all aluminum, and that's how they look. That's how they work. And I just made studs and put them in there like that, and they just hang from it. Because what happened was when we first bought it, you'd be cutting something, the waste would come in and fall on the floor.
Yeah.
Right. So just to show you what can happen here. So that's not a lot of waste. But I mean, it's a lot when you got to pick it up off the floor.
Oh, little small pieces rolling everywhere.
Yeah. So that's the reason why we put those cap catchers on there, right? Or waste catchers. And once they get filled up, we just take it and we dump it. And even now it's a pain in the butt to clean up with.
Oh yeah.
Because some of it is aluminum, you can't pick it up with a magnet. And anyway, we won't worry about that one. So when we dump them, we just simply put them back on here.
Good to go.
And it's good to go. And the same thing applies to this side as well.
Yes.
The other thing that I did change on this as well is when we received it, basically this table did not exist. All was here was this. Okay?
Oh yeah, just that ridge right there.
Just that ridge right there, right? This was just this piece here. So I went and milled out a piece of, looks like 3/8 plate. And of course now we can put our angle gauge on it,
Right.
you know? And I just thought that was better for me.
More room too, like I said, when you're laying something on it and
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just works out much
Oh,
better.
that's right, little things to make it your own.
Yeah, little things to make it our own. So that's basically it. There's not a lot of other things we ordered with it. I did change this over. I put handles here because if I can find it, it had regular knobs. I don't know where. Oh yeah, right here. It had these things on it. Right, and you had to put it down by hand.
Yeah,
So I just found this to be much better.
yeah, for sure.
So we just eliminated that. Just little improvements that work better for us. Not complaining, but just not saying, just saying.
That's right.
But I can guarantee you there's a lot of iron workers out there on the market. There is Piranha, there's so many.
Oh, yeah.
Just Google iron workers. It's made in Albert Lee, Minnesota. So it's American made. You can't go wrong. You just cannot go wrong. I can guarantee you it's probably the most reliable piece of equipment in the shop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, really. I mean, they're going to have to pry it from my dead hands. It's that good,
For sure.
right? So, I mean, kudos to the people who designed it. Kudos to the people who built it. And I don't think you're ever going to top it. Although, been on their site, and they have some newer ones out now that are absolutely fabulous machines. But man, you know, when you're looking at 30% on the dollar, you just can't upgrade because the Canadian dollar is so much in the pot now, you can't buy anything from the US.
Right. And
You know.
why would you need to when it's working?
You know, I can tell you folks, when you buy a Edwards Ironworker, you're buying it for life.
Yeah, that's right.
Seriously. That's how much confidence that I have in this company and their product. And I'm telling you something, we have never so much has got anything from them. Not even so much as a compliment.
Nope.
Have we?
Nope.
Nothing. Everything that you
Never mind a
see.
free punch or anything. Nothing.
Nothing. So I'm telling you, like we're telling you, this is going to be probably the most honest and accurate review that you'll ever get on an Edwards Ironworker. I have the only regret that I have with this Ironworker is that I didn't buy it 20 years ago.
Yeah, that's right.
How many times have you heard me say,
Yeah.
my God, this thing knocks hours and hours and hours off your day just having it in the shop.
Yeah.
That's how good it is. I do have one other regret, and it's my fault. And the other regret that I have is this unit here, when you go to replace the punches, you have to take this guard off here,
Right.
and you have to undo a screw here, and you pull the die up, and then you take that big bar, and there's a nut, and you unscrew that big nut, and you drop this down in place if you want a smaller one. It's my understanding that I could have bought this with a quick change, but you know, the cost of the thing at the time, you're trying to get as much as you can
Yeah.
for as little as you can spend. So I kind of cheapened out on that, and yeah, I think if I was doing it again, I would definitely have the quick change. But apparently, I don't know if you can buy that separately. It has during the manufacturing of it. So,
Okay.
but that's the only. But I mean, you know, face it. What does it take to replace this?
Yeah, really.
You know, it takes 5 minutes the most.
Yeah.
So it don't much. It's no big deal. It's just a matter of convenience. That's all. It has a switch here, manual and auto cutoff. The reason why that's there is because remember that thing I told you could set up for
Oh,
the
yes.
right amount of metal?
Yeah.
Well, you can buy the optional thing to go on the back so that when you're shoving the metal through, when it gets to the right length, it'll automatically cut off itself. You don't have to touch anything.
Wow.
and you go through again, and that's the reason why that's there. It has a lockout switch on it, so you can take it and turn it. You do whatever you like. It's not gonna work until you unlock it. Fabulous machine, folks. Not much else I can tell you about it, other than the fact that I just love the thing.
Yeah.
It's my all-time favorite tool.
Oh yeah.
I like it over the lathe. Now, in the meantime, the lathe, mill, and sandblasters, they all got their own place.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, the biggest time saver has been this.
Yeah, for sure.
You can just do fabulous work with it. So I hope I've addressed, your interest in this. It is what it is. It's as good as it gets. I have no regrets. If I had to buy another iron worker tomorrow, I wouldn't even look at the competition, because as far as I'm concerned, there is no competition. Now, I know there's others out there like Braun and they make a fabulous machine. But how could you walk away from a manufacturer like Edwards and go to another manufacturer when you've already found a good product?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, hope you enjoyed it, folks. And check them out. Just Google Edwards Ironworkers, probably .com or something, I don't know. And you'll find them. Look around and tell them Paul and Kathy was telling about you. So, hope you enjoyed it. You guys take care, and we'll see you in the next video. God bless.